Lovely ignited souls, souls that are waiting to be ignited. I am tapping into your spirit right now. Be awakened. For this wonderful message, I say it's wonderful in the sense that I feel it is a message that many of us are experiencing but not conscious of. Well, that may sound contradictory in the sense of when you have an experience, you need to be aware of what's happening. But I feel that it is something a lot of us are experiencing. We are navigating ourselves through this 2020 where we are, I see 20 as a death. It is 13 is the death number, but 1 plus 3 is 4. And that correlates with the foundation that we are building. We are resonating. We are moving through the land. It is that journey into the land of Canaan. So 2022 plus 2 is 4. Although even 20 or 2 has its resonance with the number 13 as well. So that's the numerology that I've just done here, but we are all sensing and feeling the vibration. But my purpose for this video is really to touch on something that I have been to do for a while, and I have sort of started and trickled my way into this. Wow. Talking about trickling my way, I've just realized why a candle that I burnt and the wax flourished into like a rose. It branched out, but it was just through a slight trickle of perhaps 3 millimeters, if that much, but it trickled out, and I have put the wax back into place to really show how a trickle can branch out into something huge and something wonderful and something amazing. But it depends on what we are trickling out, the energetic vibration of what we are choosing to trickle out. I am saying all this, and I am just capturing, in fact, the essence of that trickle that I saw. And I feel that our thoughts, our actions, our behaviors are like seeds, of course. We all know this. I am not telling you anything you don't know, but it is about remembering. It is about remembering. And that was another thing that I anchored onto this morning, that I reflected on when someone's talking to us and we say, I know, I know. Yes, we all know. We could say we know everything, but we are not required to just say we know now. We are required to remember. This video is perhaps going to be a bit longer than I intended. I am remembering when I began writing, particularly the 6th chapter of the Crimson Light, and I lost the 6th chapter. The number 6 is the number of humanity, the number of its people, its creation. We see that number 6 had disappeared. I am now making more meaning and understanding of the disappearance of that number 6. It's like I was being called to recreate the life that I had lived, recreate the meaning that I had made, recreate the essence of my existence. And I am like perhaps going to touch on different aspects of my beingness to as a foundation and as an introduction of what I hope is a series of videos that I'll be doing on remembering how to heal our lives, how to heal our hurt. And this video is not the easiest for me. Yes, I am feeling with lots of emotions right now, and perhaps it is necessary to touch on these emotions so I can harness or touch on your emotion of those who are wanting to heal from sexual abuse, from physical abuse, from verbal abuse, from resentment, from lacking self-esteem, for blame, shame, guilt, for lack of self-identity, for lack of self-appreciation, lack of self-respect, lack of self-dignity, a whole aspect of things that really hold us down from expressing the true nature, the true essence of our beingness while we are here. I think I'm going to call this series Legs. I'm going to call it Legs because something intuitively came to me that our whole purpose of our existence, or should I say, what we need to anchor on for now is our legs before we even go to the core of our hearts, that which aches, that which we want to heal, that which we want to acknowledge, make sense of. Let's begin with our legs. It's almost like a child taking its first steps. And so we'll call it legs so we can take our first steps to healing. One of the things that I have learned, I love to travel. And I am beginning to understand why I love to travel. Perhaps traveling is a way of saying, I want to run away from the things that hurt me. I want to run away from the things that make me unhappy. On the other hand, traveling also say, I want to explore the greater part of me that I am afraid to explore. I want to see the world that I am in. I want to explore the different facets and aspects of my beingness. But in the space that I am, even in the imagination that I have conjure up, I want to explore. So I remember as a child or in my teens, when I knew that the place I was born in, England, was the mother country, the place that was paved with streets of gold, the place that even the people who you knew you speak of with such magnitude. It was spoken with a place of greatness because they wore dresses that you had not seen, or shoes that you had not stepped in, or spoken in accents that you kind of mimicked and just wish that you could. They were stories that you heard of. But I would dream of this place that They didn't speak of mosquitoes. They didn't speak of ants. They didn't speak of pigs that you'd have to go and feed. And they didn't speak of bananas that I carried on my head. They didn't speak of buckets that I had to carry or go through to the ravine and fetch the water that my neck would ache after traveling in the hot sun. And they didn't speak of having to recognize yourself as a person through the amount of load that you carry on your head. They didn't speak of those things. And so I would dream of those places, of that place called England. In fact, they didn't even speak much of the prejudices. I was not prepared for the sexual abuse that I experienced. I was not prepared for the verbal abuse that I experienced. I was not prepared for the physical abuse and attacks that I experienced here in London. In fact, they went very much on the same scale of what I already knew. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, and verbal abuse. Those were the things that I already knew, and those were the things that I came back to when I say back because when I was here the first time, I was in my mother's stomach. So when I, at the age of 17, 18, came back to the UK, I was not prepared. And so everything breeds after its kind and everything grows. Now remember that we speak of legs. If you have not built an image, a proper image of that which you want to achieve or that which you want to experience and know for yourself. If you had not been taught to imagine right, to create right, to develop a mental attitude, everything grows after its kind. And so the physical abuse, which I had learned how to put a stop to, what I thought was a stop, but I had learned to suppress or subdue or have a threshold. There was a threshold. And so I had put up my boundaries of how much more of that I would tolerate. So when I was physically attacked, I hid back. I took my shoes, which were about 4-inch heel stilettos. That was the threshold. That was how much I was willing to tolerate. But the essence of all of those things is that for healing ourselves, we need to strengthen our legs. Just like when you are exercising, it is always said, if you build your legs, get your legs firm because they are going to be the foundation of your upper body so you can begin to work your upper body. Now we need to know how to use our legs spiritually. Now, legs is an acronym. I think I'm going to do a little bit of something on here. Yes, this is an acronym for legs. And I feel that's what we ought to be doing this 2020. Strengthening our legs. Strengthening our legs is so important right now. We see the whole, in numerology, legs, or leg would be six, and I started speaking of six. If we did this in three, one leg would be six. Okay, so 3, 5, 7, 1. So this is 12. 12 plus 3, sorry. 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1, 16. Okay, so this would be 15. Leg would be 15. And we have legs 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay. Now I started this video not really intending to do numerology. It's just more of this need to express what I want to say. And because I'm always thinking numbers, so numbers, of course, as we say, everything grows. It either grows or you cut it off. It does not stay still. What we think is stagnant is like you have to keep doing something to keep pressing it down, or generating more energy to either suppress or repress, if that makes sense. So the acronym for legs, I've got learning, LEARNING, and earning. I feel that we have got this earning like really wrong, thinking that you need to be in an employment as such to be earning, but we really should be earning while we are growing. Your earning does not always need to be of in monetary form, as we know. You are earning insight, you are earning knowledge, you are earning wisdom, you are earning, because earning comes with air, EAR. You are earning. Earning is supposed to be that which you are, it's like you are airing, it's like giving and taking. It's the air is receiving sounds and vibrations, and as you are also expressing this, you can also hear. But I feel you ought to be earning while you are learning, because that learning is it's natural. You are earning, but you are not taught to be conscious of it. You are not taught to be conscious that you are earning while you are learning, and that really should be something that we become conscious of, that we earn while we are learning. So learning and earning, and also we are growing while we learn. So we'll say GROWING, growing. We are growing. And of course, while we are growing, the more we grow, growing is also by serving others. SERVING. We grow by serving. We grow by serving others. This is how we grow, because they are mirroring ourselves. Serving others are aspects of ourselves. They like the examination that we go through to say, how am I doing? How am I serving is to say, how much have I grown? How am I serving is how much humility I have acquired, how much wisdom I am expressing, or I am learning, or I am growing, or I am developing, or I am assessing. Growth is that which tells us or shows us where we're at. So this is going to be a foundation of growing legs, let's say it this way, or strengthening our legs. This is what I really would like to do a series on, and I may do these in numerology as well, but this is really for people who are wanting to be healed now, or those who are awakened. When you are awakened, by the way, is that you come to the realization of what needs being done, or where you need to go, what you need to do, how you need to serve, what what are the necessary tools you need to acquire. There is so much with legs. So basically, we need to begin to acknowledge our feet that really carries us, that which we stand on. So I'm going to use this as a foundation exercise of this presentation here, is that we are going to learn how to, this is the thing, stand on our own 2 feet, our own feet. We are going to learn how to stand firm, how to be grounded. And this is really for people, as I say, if you have been abused, and most of us, I don't know who hasn't. In fact, you may say, yes, you come from a very good childhood, and maybe you haven't been abused in the way that we say physically abused, or maybe you have been overprotected. That would be one form, you could say, that leans onto that spectrum. Maybe you have been over sheltered, maybe seen you as such a perfect person who can't do no wrong, or only expect good of, and then you feel that you are living your life with the expectation of people or position or your parents, or you have to follow the footstep of your sibling who was perfect, or who was seen as perfect, and you are asked to do likewise, or you have that of you, and you are living somebody else's dream of you. So I began this video with, or having dreams of wanting to see elsewhere or travel. The reason why I may have had this inkling in me to travel, but we will be touching, of course, I think, on numerology in a little bit, not much on these videos, because I am a life path 8 number, and that is a lot of travel. So the number 8 is of traveling. It goes on and on and on and on. It's like a rubber band until it snaps, and then you think, oh, now you see one end from the other. And that's why I think a lot of number 8 people have to go through a lot of breaking away, but not just number 8. This is, if you want to heal from something, this is what is called breaking away of something, and you need to be moving on. I'm going to keep this video short, in the sense of so much to be said, but we want to take things in small measures. So if any of this content refers to you, or applies to you, or resonates with you, especially if you are on a spiritual path, do join me again, because I'm going to do these videos now on perhaps 10 videos on a daily basis. I'm going to do these, and so of course, do join me again. As I say, I'm Crime a Queen, and I am on this journey where I feel that, yes, we are healed, we are awakened, but 2020 is bringing up so much that we need to die off and walk away from. We need to walk away from. Whilst we are walking away from, we need to set new parameters, set new templates, and this is what is happening. So the 2 that that has been planted and that you're walking away from is offering you another opportunity to set a new template. That's what I feel this year we are really meant to be doing. So how do we walk away from things that no longer serve us? Abuse, of any kind and to heal ourselves. Do join me again when I do. I'll be doing another video on this. I probably will be going live on my next videos. I'll see how it goes while we grow legs, because I will be growing my legs as well and strengthening my legs on these exercises. So join me again. I hope you have found something in this video, and something of courage or something to just resonate. If it does, please leave me a note, drop me a line, whatever it is you want to share. And of course, by the way, if you want a consultation as well, I do consultations, spiritual consultations. And of course, let us all grow. Stay ignited, stay awake. Yes.